You have to promise this, never to drive in a strange city again, and you are going to get your eyes tested as soon as you go home, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Then you, congratulations. Congratulations, Diane.
Heather's reached the end of the road at the Driver Rehabilitation Center. Before she came here, Heather was writing off one car every 2 years. And while she was here, she continued to hit a lot of things. She wasn't great at going forwards, and she was worse at going backwards. But bless her heart, she always gave 100%. Heather, be careful out there, and let us send you on your way with one last piece of advice.
If ever you can go forward, go forward. Try not to back up. 2 people remain. Which one is Canada's worst driver?
Think a thick cream is the only way to firmer-looking skin? Challenge the need for such heavy measures with Olay. New Regenerous Microsculpting Serum for firmer-looking skin in 5 days. Pretty heavy lifting for such a lightweight. Olay Regenerous.
Having diapers when you need them is something many of us take for granted. But today, 1 in 5 Canadian families struggle to provide diapers. You can help simply by using Huggies diapers. For every change, everywhere, you can make a difference. Because now, every purchase of freshly marked Huggies products means a diaper for a baby in need. Join us at everylittlebottom.com.
Babies can't wait to get going after a good night's sleep. It's why Pampers Baby Dry has 3 absorbent layers, unlike the other leading brand with only 2. Pampers Baby Dry gives up to 12 hours of protection and lots of get up and go every morning. Pampers. Peaceful nights, playful days.
What's Hershey's happiness? Hershey's smooth, creamy milk chocolate with delicious crunchy almonds and little pure togetherness. Hershey's. Pure happiness.
Mom, how come I can't answer the phone anymore?
Put an end to the collection calls with a solution to your debt problems now. We are a non-profit service, and we can help you. Call us today.
Think a thick cream is the only way to firmer-looking skin? Challenge the need for such heavy measures with Olay. New Regenerous Microsculpting Serum for firmer-looking skin in 5 days. Pretty heavy lifting for such a lightweight. Olay Regenerous.
Here's what's happening on the island.
This December, experience Milner Christmas magic at Milner Gardens. Walk through glowing trees, dazzling with lights, listen to live music, and visit Santa. Find out more at milnergardens.org. Help Big Boys Toys and Island car buyers fill their motorhome with food. The Moho will be traveling between Nanaimo and Qualicum Beach to collect donations to feed families in the Mid-Island. Go to islandcarbuyer.com to see when the Moho is in your area.
That's what's happening on the island. We're about to name Canada's worst driver. In the all-important final 2 challenges, the performances were abysmal. Here at the rehab center, Chris sent an orange marker flying 5 meters into the air. And Madalena sent a cameraman running for his life. In Montreal, both drivers fell asleep at the wheel. Chris, figuratively, and Madalena, literally. They both ran red lights, they both got repeatedly lost, and they both needlessly cut people off. Which one is Canada's worst driver?
It's crunch time. Who is Canada's worst driver? Chris, we gave you classroom lessons, we gave you in-car lessons, we taught you every way we know how, but still, when you go out onto the public roads, it's clear as a bell that you don't have a clue how to drive. Madalena, you could become a half-decent driver, but I really don't think you have the will. Every single day you were here, we offered you professional driving lessons, but you took us up on that offer one lousy time. The fact that you don't care is as plain as the scratches that run up and down your car. So, it's come to this. We made our final decision based on the last 2 road tests. In the first of those two tests, here at the Driver Rehabilitation Center, Chris, you were easily the worst. And Madalena, in Montreal, Chris was also easily the worst. So I'm sorry, but here's what's going to happen. Madalena, I'm going to give you back your keys. I'm not going to graduate you, but I am going to say that you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Chris, buddy, I'm really sorry, but you will recognize this as your key, and I'm not going to give it back to you. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to leave it right there. And now it is my duty to say, you are Canada's worst driver. Come on, Mike, I'll walk you out of here. Let's go.
Hi, honey. It's me. How are you? That's good. Guess who you're talking to? Canada's worst driver. Stop laughing.
Canada has 1 million kilometers of roads, and Canada's worst drivers are back on them. In the 6 months since this series was filmed, Madalena has become the proud owner of a flashy BMW.
Is that smoke coming from his nose? I would like to thank the Ministry of Transportation for issuing me licenses. I'd like to thank my parents for buying me a car and never really getting mad at me when I get stuck.
Heather picked up new glasses with a new prescription.
Stop sign. It will be relieved to go home, and I have to say that I'm kind of his first driver. I think Ernie would have been disappointed too.
Oh, Chris.
And Chris, well, he's done a little bit of city driving,
Good boy, stay.
but he's still far too terrified to venture back onto the highway. Chris Ferguson, Canada's worst driver, but a great sport.
Stop laughing.